Drum roll, please, because we are here with Jenny McCarthy. Thank you so much for joining us on the Fox TV FanHub, Jenny. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I am so excited and pumped to promote this next season. I know it's kind of cheesy to say like it's the best season ever, but with practice makes perfect. And this show is getting better and better each season.
I'm very sure of that. Thank you again for joining us. We have a handful of fan questions. I hope you don't mind answering. Should we start?
Yeah.
The first question comes from Lauren. She's asking, what is the most embarrassing moment on set?
Well, there's so many, Lauren, but how could I not bring up the fact that I did not recognize my own husband's voice last season? That was pretty embarrassing. I mean, I was, needless to say, shocked, but then I heard in my head the amount of tweets that I was going to get making fun of me going, how do you not recognize your own husband's voice? And I pretty much did get all those. I got millions of those tweets and texts, but it was embarrassing, but also very exciting at the same time.
That's amazing. Thanks for that question, Lauren. Next one comes from Skylar. What are you looking forward to this season from your show?
Ooh, the performances. You guys are going to be blown away. I keep thinking to myself, are there this many celebrities that know how to sing? We know the singers can sing, but sometimes, they throw people in there that are just actors that we have no idea have beautiful voices. This season is filled with them. And there's not going to be anybody where they take off the mask this season and you go, who is that? Sometimes you skew, towards a YouTuber or anything, but everyone has a big name. So I'm really excited for people to see that and the new stage. They spent a lot of money, a lot of time building this new stage, and it's totally worth it. So and the costumes, of course.
Of course. Amazing. Next question is from Donna. If you could guest star on another Fox show, which one would it be?
Oh my gosh. That's such a great question. All of them?
Number one Lone Star.
If I had to pick one, I would probably say Shazam, because my husband, I would want to be teamed up with my husband because of course he's the music man, but it would be so much fun because that man can hear one note of a song and be like, I know what it is, and know all the words. So I would kind of be leaning into his talent, but I'm very competitive and like to win. So I know who to team up with.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll just pretend that your second answer was 911 Lone Star, but it's okay.
Huh?
Next question comes from...
I would do that too. No worries.
Okay. Next question comes from Tracy. If you were a performer on The Masked Singer, what would your costume be?
Well, Tracy, I have said this before in an interview, and I'll say it again because I honestly can't think of anything better. And for people that know me, they would have to agree with a cheeseburger. Not only am I kind of representing a Wahlburger, but I feel like, if you really knew me in person, I'm kind of like meaty. I'm a little cheesy with my humor, and my husband likes my hot buns. So all encompassing, I would say a cheeseburger is my best bet for myself.
Good choice. Next question comes from Nicolette. Who was the least surprising reveal for you, and who was the most surprising?
Oh, that's such a good question. I think the most surprising, believe it or not, was Sarah Palin. I don't think anyone in the audience could have gotten it. None of us got it. Who would have thought Sarah Palin would come on the show dressed as like a teddy bear? I think almost like a rave bear, and sing a rap song. It was so shocking. But I give her tons of credit, you know what I mean? Because like I said, who would ever think she would do the show? That's what the show's all about. Who wasn't that surprising? although another surprising one was Seal. Seal really kind of threw us for a little while.
Ooh, yeah.
I would say not. Leanne Rimes was probably the least shocking because, I mean, I think she got a Grammy, the youngest person ever to receive a Grammy at like age 13. That girl has some talent. And when she first sang, I kind of had a feeling it was her. So by the time she was revealed, it wasn't that big of a surprise. I just wish she can come on every season because her voice is a voice of an angel.
Man, I'm very excited to see who your answers will be for this upcoming season. So we'll just have to wait and see. Next question comes from Tyler. What was the most difficult part of doing the show?
The hardest part for me, and I swear everyone that I work with next to me will say the same thing. Like, Jenny is overly competitive and I'm really hard on myself. So when I get the answers wrong, I literally beat myself up. I'll lay in bed and I'll literally, like the Queen's Gambit, you know how she stares at the ceiling and moves chess pieces around? Yep. I mean, that's what I'm doing at night. So I'll take the clues and I'll lay there and be like, chung, 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 chung. So when I get them wrong, I'm so literally upset. It's like my home team lost, you know, the Super Bowl. That's how I take every wrong one. And I know it's a game, but I have more fun being competitive than just phoning it in. You know what I mean? I want to win.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I'm extremely competitive, you know, playing sports my whole life. That definitely doesn't help, but I totally agree with you. And Jenny, our last and final question comes from Dan. What has been your favorite on-set memory so far?
Dan, I would say, I'm going to give you two, Dan. Of course, winning the Golden Ear Trophy. Twice. But also that moment, even though it was embarrassing, when that rooster took off his head and I saw my husband, you know, there's nothing like it. Like I was so shocked, but also so proud because his performance was so good. It was so memorable. If I knew he was going to be on, I would have been a nervous wreck watching his performance. Instead of being like, woo, during a performance, I would have been like, because I don't want him to fall. But it was like something that I'll never forget of how I felt. And then when he came to me up on stage and gave me a hug, I melted in his arms. So I'll never forget that moment. That
is so sweet, man. Well, Jenny, thank you so much for joining us on the first FOXTV FanHub. And please do not forget that season 6 of The Masked Singer premieres next Wednesday, September 22nd. Thank you, Jenny, so much.
Thank you so much. And thanks for your questions, you guys. I appreciate it. See you in the new season.